This is the 2019 Ram 2500. It's a heavy duty. It comes in 3 engine sizes in the 2500, which is a 3/4 ton. Plus you can get it in a 1 ton, even at cab and chassis. We're going to cover the 2500 today. It's 3 engines, but this one's powered by a Cummings turbo diesel, and I'm really excited to show it to you. Welcome to Car Coach Reports. I'm Lauren Fix, and this is the 2019 Ram Heavy Duty, which includes 2500 and 3500 trim levels. So that's 3/4 ton and 1 ton. We're going to focus on the 3/4 ton today, but I want to give you a little bit of background. Remember, the 2019 Ram truck was the North American Truck of the Year, and just as they made that announcement, out comes the heavy duty. And they took some of those great reasons why we as jurors, and I'm a juror, I'm also president of North American Car and Truck of the Year, they took that same technology and put a lot of it into this truck, but they lightweighted this truck. Ram lightened the hood by making it aluminum, high-strength steel on the chassis, updated the suspension, and made this truck even better. There are 3 engine choices. The base gasoline engine, which is great if you just need a 3/4 ton truck to drive around. But if you're really looking for towing capacity, you want to forget the gasoline. You want to look at the 6-cylinder Cummings turbo diesel. It is 385 horsepower, 850 pound-feet of torque. That's a lot, but wait, you can buy the high output version, which is 400 horsepower and a mind-blowing 1,000 pound-feet of torque. That gives about 32,000 pounds of towing capacity. You better be hauling one serious trailer full of cars, an RV or something. There's a lot of cool stuff on this heavy duty, and stay with us till the end because we're going to have a Car Coach Reports rating. There's a lot of stuff, and we don't want you to miss any of it. There is so much inside this Ram 2500. Now, the version we're driving is the regular output Cummings turbo diesel 2500. There's a power wagon also, but we're going to cover that in a separate review. I want to start off with the vehicle itself. Getting up in this vehicle, those running boards are absolutely critical. But looking at this vehicle overall, you can see their style and design, which you typically would not get in a 3/4 ton truck. Although Ford, GM, GMC, even Nissan, their Titan XD, they're all bringing really premium materials as well as great technology. And I want to show you some of that. We'll start by starting the vehicle. Put your foot on the brake, start up. I gotta show you the screen. This was so impressive on the Ram. Do you need a big screen? No. Do you want a big screen? Oh yeah. So once you see what this screen can do, you're not going to want to play with buttons anymore. And you see this technology going into vehicles like Audi, and now they're bringing it into Ram 3/4 ton trucks. Yeah, Ram, excellent work. So this big screen has value, and I'll show you why. You start off by hitting the home button. When you hit the home button, it gives you an option. What do you want on your top section of this big screen? Think of it as 2 8-inch screens merged together. We're used to that with navigation. You might be used to that with audio, but now you have it together and you can pick what you want. So you can pick navigation up here. You say, I don't want navigation. I prefer all of my comfort settings here. And maybe I want my audio down below. Maybe you want to switch. Just press the button and it switches. This allows you all the controls down here for heated seats, ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, everything you need. Slide over this way and you can have all the controls that will show you what's going on up here. Maybe you don't want that. Maybe you want to hit that home button and you want to switch everything up to here. So you have that option. Now, what else is neat is on the bottom, you have all the different settings you would want from your media, your controls, your climate, your apps. If you don't want these choices on your center screen, maybe you're using it as a work truck, you need a backup camera, you need to be able to get to it quickly. Besides having that setting here, you can customize it and put all of these settings that you prefer, and there's 3 pages of them: bed lowering, cargo camera, a lot of pairing and settings. And all you have to do is press that button and drag it down to the bottom. Really excellent feature. Again, when you go back, you can pick what you want, but all these can be also full screen if that's what you prefer. It's just a matter of personal choice. Now, the backup camera is here also. This is fantastic. You can see what's going on behind you. You can also change that camera to a bed shot, which is great because this vehicle is set up with a gooseneck or a fifth wheel. We have a fifth wheel for hauling race cars. And I'll tell you what, if you don't know what you're doing, you can damage the trailer or the truck. This is a phenomenal option, and the competitors are offering it as well. Something to consider. If you're getting into tight spots, this shows the truck and just shows what's going on the side. Really great options, especially you can zoom in. So I really like that factor. Now you can do the park assist on or off, which is great. You can put it in tow haul mode. And this is one option. They also have other choices. There's so much on the website. There's like 20 different exterior colors. There's like 11 different interior colors. And again, it depends whether you're buying a Tradesman or you're working your way up to the Laramie or the Longhorn or the Longhorn Laramie. I mean, there's just a lot. There's 6 different trim levels, 6 different grills, and 3 different light configurations on the front of the truck. So you get to pick what you want. You don't get that in a car, but you do get that in a truck, and that's why people love pickup trucks. It's got a built-in electric brakes, which is really important. In addition to that, you've got your 2-wheel drive, your 4-wheel drive, your low all right here. On some of the other trim levels, you've got your shifter here rather than the shifter that's right here. One of the biggest things I see about this truck that makes it really, really cool and something I've never seen before is the flexibility of this center console. Underneath the first stage, you have a spot for a tablet or a phone and a USB charging port. Excellent. Spots to drag the cord out as well. So that was well thought out. Going into the next level, you've got all of your geometry. I'm not sure why you need this because pretty much all of this is on your phone, but some people like to have it for angle of trajectory. You can get your sine, cosine, and tangent adjustments. Gosh, that's like back to arithmetic in high school. And it's not math, by the way, it's arithmetic. Now, going into the actual center console itself, it is huge. It is completely adjustable. Down below there is an Easter egg of 4 of the past Ram trucks and what they look like. There's a bunch of little Ram logos around the truck, very much Jeep-esque. If you're a Jeep owner, you realize they put little Jeep logos and little Jeeps in different places. Well, here they put 4 Rams into the actual bottom of the center console. But it does have a max fill line, which is great because this center console area that includes where you put cup holders and change moves back and forth. Fabulous when you want to hide something. But also it has a little flap that pops up and locks in place so that everything you put here doesn't get jammed underneath this sliding area. Once you compact this center console back here, you've got more room for storage. You've got a regular alternating current outlet. You've got wireless charging, which is fabulous. Just take your phone, put it on here, it'll charge, plus there's a spot to hold your phone if that's all you want. In addition, more places to put things. USB-C connections, 2 of them, regular USB, 2 of them. Talk about connectivity. They've really thought about this because if you're using this as a work truck, you're going to be really happy. Most important when you have a vehicle like this is seating comfort. There is a lot of adjustability. You've got your fore and aft and your rake back and forth. In addition, you've got lumbar, which is great. Now, this vehicle does not offer massaging seats. It would not surprise me if you can buy it in the higher trim levels, but I do know that some of the competitors do offer that. So if that is an important factor for you, make sure you look into that before you make any decisions. The steering wheel itself is really, really cool. I love how they did this. It's almost like a carbon fiber look with lines in it. Well designed, nice grippy wheel. You've got your standard controls for volume and adjustability here, so you can change that TFT, which is that screen between the 2 actual gauges. And on the right side, you've got your cruise control, and your gear limiting is right on the steering wheel. Really important if you're towing, and if you've never towed before, you will learn you gotta drive it in a slightly different way. One thing I really love, and I'm so impressed that Ram thought of this, is there is an electrical outlet right here on the top so that you can plug in your radar detector. Maybe you've got some other sort of device. I use a radar detector. It just keeps me in check. Leather materials, nothing shiny, but what they did is they put a Harmon Kardon audio system in with 17 speakers. One of the speakers is kind of in a weird spot. They're back here, which I find kind of odd, but I understand because they might get damaged if they're in a different location. So they're in the doors, they're located in nice convenient spots for safety, including here on the door itself. And adjustable height seat belts, really important because we're all built slightly different. One of the things you know when you get into a big truck like this is you have to be very grateful for the running boards. Now I'm 5'8", and it would be a haul to get up into a vehicle like this. I do remember my husband having a 1-ton truck and I was pregnant, and it was a real challenge getting up into a vehicle like this. Now overall, we're looking at some really excellent visibility because you're up high enough. You got your low sills here, which I really appreciate. And of course, you can adjust all your cameras. Now, one of the things that drives me crazy right out of the box, and I noticed it right away when I took delivery of this vehicle, because we get to use these for a full week, and it really helps you get to use it like you would a vehicle that you own, is the side mirrors. I'm really not a fan of the convex mirrors. Right now it's saying I have 408 miles left on this tank, and I'm about 3/4, so that's pretty good. So you're looking at some pretty darn good fuel economy. One of the things that's really nice about this Ram truck is it has adjustable pedals. We're all different heights, we're all built differently. The steering wheel's adjustable, both telescopic and tilt, but you can adjust the pedals. Really good for someone who's got shorter legs. Again, we're all built differently. The overhead console has some really great buttons, including an SOS button in case you have an emergency. Plus, this button over here allows you to open up the center of the rear glass in the back, which is great when you have long items that need to be transported. There's a lot of room in the back seat. You could easily put 3 adults back here. If you wish to put in 2, got to step up on this running board, there is 2 cup holders here as well. And if you want to fold it down because you've got to go to the lumber yard or whatever it is, you can put the seat up this way. There's storage in here. I think they've done a really good job of making a flat floor here so you can put things down. Now, if you need to store a trailer hitch or maybe chains or an emergency kit, both sides offer this really great storage bin. Anything you need to hide or conceal, great idea. The seats fold flat as well. And even cooler, there's a light on the bottom side of the seat so you can see at night. On the passenger side, it's the same thing. Put out the little steps. You've got a nice flat area. And another compartment underneath. Having a big truck like this makes a huge difference when you have to tow something, haul something, or maybe when your friends decide to move from one apartment to another, and who's the first person they call? You, because you've got a 3/4 ton truck. Now this truck has a liner in it that's spray-on, so you can pretty much put anything in it. We took it and picked up an engine for one of the show cars, and you can take a look at that. To get up into the truck, you'll need a step. This step is good size, good for someone with a work boot. In this case, I'm wearing sneakers. You can get right into the bed of the truck. It's really important to have electrical connection, especially for a 5th wheel and a gooseneck. And if you're doing it at night, you'll be really thrilled that there are lights in the bed. The Ram box that you can buy as an option has been deleted on this particular trim level we're test driving, but you can get that. And I love the Ram box. There are tie downs here, and of course, tie downs all the way around. Well thought out, and there's tons of accessories if you go to the Mopar catalog. This is just a minimal of them. Let's take a look at the Car Coach Report's rating. When it comes to performance, we gave it a 10. My goodness, there is nothing more powerful than the high output Cummings turbo diesel engine with 1,000 pound-feet of torque that will probably pull a tree out of the ground. So a 10 on performance. When it comes to handling, we're going to give it a 9. It's got that new 5-link suspension, new shock absorbers, comfortable ride, absorbs a lot of the bumps, but then it's so capable on an off-road. For safety, we give it a 9. Some of the newest safety features are on this 3/4 ton Ram truck, and the heavy-duty lineup is pretty impressive. For visibility, I gave it a 6. Why so low? I'm really not a fan of the side view mirrors that are on our test vehicle. That really should have the convex mirror on the bottom. It's a much better way, especially if you've ever towed anything. For seating comfort, 7. Not too bad, could be better. For technology, I gave it a 10. That center screen for the UConnect is really impressive. You don't have to have touch screens, but if you're going to have it, do it right, and Ram did that. For features, 10. Absolutely well thought out truck with everything someone who wants to buy a 3/4 ton truck would want. Well done. When it comes to design, we gave it a 9. It really looks good. There's so many choices, 6 different grills, 3 different lighting configurations, multiple colors, mind-blowing the options. You can really build what you want.
When it comes to quality, I'm really impressed with the new Cummings turbo diesel engines, and I really like the build quality of the Ram truck. Certainly one of the best trucks on the market. When it comes to value overall, based on the price of this test vehicle at $82,000, it's hard to give it a top value rating, but I'm giving it a value of 7. That's a total score of 86. Pretty good rating, but when you're looking at trucks, you gotta look at Ford, you gotta look at GM, GMC, and even the Nissan Titan XD. All excellent vehicles. We've reviewed them all. You can check that out here. All the social media is down below. If you own a truck, you're a Ram truck person all the way. I want your comments down below. Share your experiences, good, bad, or ugly. We want to know. If you're a Ford or a GM or a Nissan Titan person, we want to hear your feedback on that as well. If you tow trailers, you've got experience. We've been hauling trailers for years and years, and I will tell you, this thing's pretty impressive. Let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching.